public that might be able to see that also, so I don't know if you wanna do it a little bit on an angle for the board to see in the public. If there's someone here from the public, but I'm not sure if there is anybody right now, so just mostly for the board to see then.
Are they the same things we already have?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're the same things
Could
we
be.
have.
Mhm.
Yeah, looks like it. Okay, are we ready this time? You sure? Okay. I'll call the meeting of the Glassboro Zoning Board to order. Have our opening statement.
June 17th, 2021. Pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act, I hereby announce that adequate notice of this meeting, as required by said act, has been provided by adopting a schedule of regular monthly meetings for the year 2021, which schedule was posted on the Borough Hall Bulletin Board, mailed to the South Jersey newspapers, and filed with the Borough Clerk.
Okay, salute to the flag. If you would, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Roll call?
Susan Pervin,
Present.
Diane Camiola,
Here?
Frank Jimenez.
Here.
Charles Harvey. Ed Noonan.
Here.
Joe Santor.
Present.
George Smith.
Here.
Stephen Melchiori.
Here.
Steve Casaboon.
Here.
Melanie Adamson.
Here. Thank you. Would you please swear in our professionals?
Certainly. Would you both raise your right hands? And do you swear or affirm that the testimony that you will provide in this proceeding this evening is true and correct to the best of your knowledge, information, and belief?
Okay, thank you. You all received a copy in your packet of the last minutes from April. Are there any corrections to the minutes? Anyone? Anyone want to make a motion?
Motion to approve the minutes is written.
Second.
And a second?
Second.
Do we have to roll call that? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Bills.
Motion to pay all bills. Second motion.
Any discussion? All in favor of paying the bills?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Do we have any incoming or outgoing correspondence? None. Okay. Any public comments for items that are not on the agenda? Seeing no one raising their hand, we will move on to the scheduled applications. Karen?
ZB 21-03, Karen Salerno, Glen Lake Boulevard. It's block 395, lot 16. It's for a bulk variance to allow construction of a single-family dwelling with a lot width of 60 feet where 75 feet is required.
Okay. Who is,
Hi, I'm Scott
Who?
Brown from Ransom Consulting. I'm the applicant's engineer. And Karen Salerno and Nick Salerno.
okay, so none of you are lawyers. Do they need to be sworn in also? Yes, thank you.
Can I get all of you to raise your right hands? Do you swear or affirm that the testimony that you're about to give in this proceeding will be the truth and correct to the best of your knowledge, information, and belief?
Okay, this application is for variance. The lot is on plate 2.11, it's block 395, lot 16. The owner is Christopher Andy Cohen, and the applicant is Karen Salerno tonight. This is a small rectangular lot. It's 60 by 80, 10,800 square feet. It sits on the southerly side of Park Avenue between Main Street and Glen Lake Boulevard. And it's currently owned by, the owner's lot 16.1. That's the lot that's directly below it, and it's like a T shape. The lot's currently wooded, it's got trees on it. We didn't locate the trees as of this point. It contains a swing set, it's got a wire fence, It's also got electrical outlet, in the center of the lot. There's a, existing concrete sidewalk, existing concrete curbing that's out front also. This parcel's in zone R1, which is single-family residential, zone. It's, minimum lot width is 75 feet, and the existing lot is 60 feet wide, which, we require a C1 bulk variance, from section 107-95E2. On the borough tax map, there's 4 other lots that are surrounding it within 200 feet of the property, and all 4 of those contain dwellings. And if you look on our tax map, the shaded lots that are there are also 60-foot wide lots, so there's about 12 of them within the general vicinity of children within the blocks that surround it. There are no other variances that are required for this, so it's just a lot width that we're talking about. As far as the proposed conditions, we're proposing to construct a 2-story house with a 1-car garage, basement, and on the parcel here. So the existing swing set, the electrical line that goes to it, and the wire fence will be removed. It's just the wire fence that goes through the center of the lot. The rest of the fencing is going to stay there. I think there is fencing that's out along the street, and that's obviously going to have to come out when we build the house. There's no apron there currently, so we have to put an apron in. It's going to meet the requirements of section 107-42.1. The grading plan will be submitted, obtaining the building permit. Now it's required in section 107-129B1. When we do the grading plan, we will also locate the trees. And that's pretty much it. It's a pretty simple plan. So if you have any questions, please answer.
I'd like also to pass out, what I did was I took a survey of the tax map and I highlighted some of the lots that are in red there. They're the 60-foot width lots that do have homes on them. The yellow is the lot in question. There were, should I pass these out? Okay.
We're gonna mark it as exhibit.
Yes.
And also, I'd like to pass out the house that we're proposing. It's a
This
nice
needs to
looking
get passed
2-story.
down.
It's a craftsman style house. And that's what most people are looking for today. So I'd like to let everyone have a take a peek at.
They'll come back that way. You can just hold on to your
That's
copy
the
if you
house.
need to.
This is the tax map. The reds do have homes on them, which are 60-foot frontage lots. There's the house there.
I'm gonna mark that as A. This is A. This is B.
Amen.
And B. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Big lot when it comes back and back.
Thank you. You're welcome.
3 bedrooms. Yeah.
Very nice.
Thank you.
We've built this house in the past. It's a nice looking house. It's a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath with a 1-car garage on a basement. And I think that would fit that neighborhood very nicely in there. And like I say, the lots that I highlighted are in red do have homes on them, which are 60-foot frontages.
Okay, I'll start with some questions. First of all, is this going to be owner-occupied home, or are you renting it, or?
And we're gonna sell it. It'll be owner occupied.
Owner-occupied.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
now, with a 4-bedroom, that could leave a lot of cars. Is there room to park 4 cars there?
In the driveway, we will be able to. You could put,
It's a double wide driveway?
I'll do a double wide driveway, yes.
That's, I think, what we require anyhow, but, we're used to, yeah.
That's fine.
Okay.
We'll take care of that.
And Okay, so you're looking at this being family occupied,
Yes.
okay. Other questions from board members? Any questions from the board members? No?
Ask them
Our,
all.
let's see, Melanie, do you wanna go first?
Sure. Was there any attempt, from the applicant to buy property on the, I guess it would be on either side to make the lot conforming?
What I did was I approached a Kathleen Papiak at 1003 Glen Lake Boulevard, which is this property here. And I asked her if she'd be interested in selling me some of her backyard in order to make my frontage. About 3 weeks ago, she did not want to sell any of her property, and I asked her if she was interested in buying my property. And she said she'd have to think about it, so that was that. The other side is owned by Glassboro, so I figured if they were interested, they would have bought it. Now I'm gonna do it.
Okay, and in reference to the 15%, the 15% landscaped area, is it your testimony that you're going to be maintaining 15% of the trees on that site? You're gonna show on the plot plan that the clearing?
Yeah, when we do the grading plan,
Okay.
we'll look at all the trees and show what the clearing limit is.
Okay, that's, those are my questions, thank you.
Steve?
Thank you. Yeah, I did issue a letter for this. Mostly it's informational. A lot of the items I touched on have already been discussed in the testimony. I just mentioned the variance request itself, the minimum width. And we've heard the comparisons to the other lots nearby. Item number 2, I did want to ask, so again, the way that this lot functioned, lot 16, was it just sort of contiguous with lot 16.01, where the owner just of that lot just used this? Because there are a few items on the lot, but it doesn't have any access from the front.
I have no idea. Your guess is as good as mine with that.
Yeah, it's just a kind of strange
It's like out of
configuration.
it's there.
Okay. Yeah, it just has that strange configuration. I was curious.
Yeah.
So, they've acknowledged that there's no driveway apron or driveway from Park Avenue with frontages. I also asked about the trees. I did add that there are some street trees out in the borough right away. Those should remain where they're not needing to be taken out to the driveway.
That's fine. We agree with that.
And, we heard about the limits of the fence. It'll just be taken out in the center of the property, not along the, borough-owned park side. And then lastly, I just cited that the grading plan is required, which they have, acknowledged they would prepare a grading plan with additional survey, tree locations, and the plot plan items that would be required as part of the plan. That's all I have.
Okay. I will ask again if there's any questions in light of what has been said. Was there ever a house on this property?
Not to my knowledge.
Just a swing set?
Like I said, no.
Okay. I need to open this to the public. Thank you.
Make a motion to open to the public.
Somebody wanna second it? All in favor?
Aye.
No public? Yes, Clark?
Collector upon zoning officer, Borough of Glassboro. I'll ask it because nobody else did. Where's the power come from for this outlet that's sitting in the middle of the lot?
I believe it comes from the owners of the lot just below it.
Okay. And so when it's removed, it'll be removed all the way back to the owner's house?
Yes.
Thank you.
At one time, they let their kids play on that property, I bet. Okay. Any other public? Seeing none?
Motion to close the public portion.
Second motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. And what is the wish of the board?
Anybody have any questions?
Frankie?
I just wanna make a motion that we approved it with the,
Well,
things that they
then
have.
do it.
Then do it, that's what I was waiting for.
That's it.
Get with.
Can you tell the record the parking spaces, that they're gonna provide, enough spaces for 4 also 9 by 18 parking? Well, there's a garage, so there would be
Yeah.
one in the garage, so there would be.
And he said there's gonna be
Also do a
double
double wide.
wide.
I do a double wide.
Yeah, the borough requires double wide driveways now, so,
Right, with the RSIS in terms of parking.
tell them to buy small cars.
I have a question, Mr. Chairman.
Yes,
Do you propose like many more houses like this, or how many are you proposing to do?
Lots are scarce to come by. So, if I could find the lots, I'd love to buy them and build them.
Okay.
but Glassboro's pretty built up as it is, so you're,
Every time.
good luck. Anything else, Joe?
No, I'm good.
That's it? Okay, Frankie,
Nope.
weren't you going to do something?
No,
Make a motion?
no, I'm sorry, I wanna make a motion that we approved it with the rules that we have established, that they should follow.
Okay, is there a second to that motion?
A second.
Who was that, George?
George?
George. Okay, roll call vote?
Mr. Melchiori,
Four.
Mr. Smith,
4.
Mr. Santor,
4.
Mr. Harvey,
4.
Mr. Jimenez,
4.
Mr. Munin,
In favor.
Ms. Camiola.
4. Okay, it's passed, you just need to see Clark and Terry about
I'm familiar with it.
the issues.
Okay, thank you very much, Harry.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Does anyone have any reports? None. Okay, the, workshop committee. Oh, I brought my pen with me. Okay, there were 2 people in front of the workshop committee on Tuesday. One was ShopRite. They are making renovations to the existing ShopRite. It's been there a while. And they came in for some direction. They intend to do some outside things, for example, having a drive-up lane for people who order on the phone or by computer, and they just pull right up and the people will put them in their stuff in the garage and off they go, or in their car and off they go. And also, the part where the handicap spaces are will be on the other side, and they're gonna pave in between, do some drainage things if I remember correctly. And I think that that was it, and there's gonna be a lot of work inside. They've already started doing inside. Was there anything else, Clark, that you can think of that was important for that? That was about it, yeah. And the other one was for 21 State Street. They're interested in demolishing a section of an existing building, which is in bad shape, to create additional parking and loading areas, and they want to put in a they're Champion Restoration Experts, and they go out, I guess, after fires and things like that.
It's mold.
Or mold.
Remediation, or drainage remediation, mold
There's,
remediation.
so they do a lot of that. Yes, all that sort of stuff. So they need a use variance for the property. There's kind of a strange thing because it's like the building next door has one zoning thing, and so they're gonna have to do some working through, but that they just came for the basic ideas and getting ideas what would have to be done before they could bring it to us if it needs a use variance. Okay, so that's it for those 2 things. Do you have any report? I know that it says here there's one for the thing from Robert DiGregorio.
I do. Mr. Alice gave me a resolution for granting for a use variance relief for and site plan waiver for Campus Neighbor LLC. It was, discussed at your last meeting, I believe, in April,
And everyone got a copy.
and everyone should have gotten a copy. And he provided me with the resolution for you, in order to, approve it.
Okay, are there any questions about the resolution? And the people making the motion have to have been at the meeting?
I think they all were.
Think you all were?
Yeah.
I don't know, I forget, there were little pictures on the screen last time, so. Okay, is there a motion?
Motion to approve the resolution as written.
Second.
Second, Frankie. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. The motion passes. Any old business? Seeing none. New business, you wish to read that letter, or it's up to you? It just has it,
Yes, the one I sent to everybody.
Yes. the,
The borough did recognize Chairman DiToronto at their last council meeting, I believe it was, where they recognized him for his 3 decades of service to the borough. So he was in attendance for that night and was very grateful that the borough, and he said thank you to everybody, and he enjoyed his years here at the zoning board. So we wish him well.
do we as a zoning board, it doesn't come up very often, have money to, like, send a fruit basket or flowers or something?
They gave him a plaque, he's alright.
They gave him a plaque. It's just a question, I didn't know if anybody wanted, or,
I don't think the borough has done that. It's a budget that is allotted to the ZBA, and I don't think there's an extra little fund in there.
okay,
I can throw the flagpole and see. I'll be more than happy to write a letter on behalf of the board,
that would be nice.
thanking him also, to send to him.
That would be, but does that meet the approval of the board?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
that would be
so I'll
great.
draft up a letter and thanking him for his years of service and dedication to the borough for his 30+ years.
Great, that would be a great idea. Okay, do I really, when there's no public, have to go through, okay, public session, public comments. Someone wanna make a motion to open the public session?
Motion open to the public.
Second motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to close the public session.
Motion to close the public portion.
Second motion.
Second? Was there a second? Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Oh, good. And our next meeting date is July 15th. And if things keep going well, we'll be back here.
And we do have an applicant already for the July 15th meeting.
Okay.
It's for the Lycios building on Delsey
Chelsea
Drive.
Drive, yeah.
For the storage
They-
units,
They went before the,
workshop.
before.
So I do have that applicant already, so,
Good.
July 15th, if you guys know if you're not gonna make the meeting, let me know. With us being a little shorthanded of 2 members, it's important that I make sure everybody's gonna be here for, to give the applicant fair hearing. So, but, so far, we do have a hearing on July 15th. Okay?
December, June, let me just double check. July the 15th. Okay,
Motion to adjourn?
Make a
Second.
motion to adjourn.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you all for coming out tonight. Not our shortest, but not bad.
Okay,
Am I
then.
supposed to sign
That-
this?
that's for you guys.
That's-
Yep. You're the boss.